Good morning. And how are you out there in La La Land? Are you in La La Land? And if you'll notice, my dog is asking me to bring her in already because she knows that you're there. And I'd like to say, how are you this morning? And once again, it is a perfect day here in Texas. And as I always say, I woke up this morning. I was very, very, very well fed. And I didn't have to lift a finger for anything that I did. I think you might think, since I say this so many times, that I'm a lazy person. I am. But I don't mind doing if I have to. Somehow or other, I don't know who it was this morning, they were talking about was it the sisterhood or feminism or something about this, but there somehow or other there was a disagreement as to what was to be done or what was not being done. And as they talked, the only thing I could really get from it was that the moderator, who was a male, seemed to be casting aspersions against the female, who was the number one person that was talking about feminism and black feminism, and the kinds of things that may have been happening one to the other. But somehow other right now there's as we talk amongst ourselves, we are at a point where I don't think most people are willing. They're either not willing or they really do not understand how fortunate we are here in America. And there seems to be some kind of disparity between us and our neighbors and the kinds of things that one tends to want for the other. And we're still talking about those who have versus those who have not. And I don't think that that's a fair kind of, I don't think it's a fair kind of thing to comparison to make, because if you have always been with people who have, I don't think you've walked a little bit in another man's moccasins to know whether they're uncomfortable. And sometimes you may feel a lot better without any shoes than if you have shoes that hurt. And I remember when I was a little girl and I walked barefoot all the time. And really because I wanted to save my shoes, because unlike today, where it seems that people open their closets and I can't believe that one person has that many pair of shoes. And again, it was something that I never had. And I guess in the way that I was raised, I never really wanted more than one pair of shoes, because you can't wear them one pair of shoes at a time anyhow. You can't wear more than one coat at a time. And the feeling that we need so much, and it makes me think of one of the days, one of the assignments that I gave my students was to take a sheet of paper and fold it in the middle, and on one side write what your needs were, and on the other side write what your wants were. And I was amazed at the fact that nobody really began to capitalize on what their needs were versus what their wants were. Their wants were endless. And trying to be the person that I am, which is really unreal sometimes, because when I say that, people who are in this needs versus wants have not walked in the other man's moccasins, I have to sit back and think that I'm not really very different, because the moccasins in which I walk aren't fed by the moccasins in which they're walking. And I remember that somebody said to me that I may have put the F in frugal. And frugal really, if I ever had a daughter, and God in his infinite wisdom did not let me have a daughter, because I would have given her the name Frugality, which people would have been really mean to her. First of all, because it's not a word that's used very often, and it goes really along the lines of the kind of names that people were giving their kids at one time or other. But like I said, I can only wear one pair of shoes at a time. And because I'm in this wheelchair, I really don't need shoes. I don't need elegant shoes. I don't need what the kids call sweet shoes. I don't even need pretty shoes, because the only reason I need it is to put my feet on the floor in order to get into the chair. And by the way, I'm using a regular wheelchair that I have to get in and push with my arms, and I've been walking to that for the last 5 days. And of course, walking with some help. But I've been walking from my room to the front door to get in the wheelchair. So that's a real plus. And it makes me feel good. It makes my dogs feel good, because they, I think, imagine that I'm walking them, but that's not going to happen, because I would have to be walking a lot better. However, I do walk them every day in a wheelchair, and they walk along while this is an electric chair. So it might go as much as 10 miles an hour speed, which is pretty good. So it's the kind of thing that life goes on, life is good, and I feel very happy to be here in beautiful Texas with a family that takes care of me, dogs that love me, and really very good neighbors. And to that I say adieu and have a good day. Danielle?
Danielle? Yes?
I think I moved it.
Okay.
I was turning it off,
Oh, okay.
but I don't think I did.